yema wache emwatena se edeba Oman 107.1 FM ana Net2 television ene eye recorder 29th October 2025 nyankopon ayadom eda ene che biema na ye national agenda ana ye deba wakwan mu ene ye di nkomo ede afa the new patriotic party ho directives som de aba ene ma aspirants ne ye regional chairman for bi constituency chairman for bi or attitude towards other aspirants nyina yebedi ehun nkomo na ya hwe honorable Ken Agyapong wa wrap up ne 5 northern regional tour okoye no odni nyina aba na wiye yebedi ehun nkomo ene na mame fa aseda kese ema Franco Trading Enterprise ye bono na ne se phone papa efie Franco head office no ewo Adabraka opposite the Roxy Cinema bar stop eho na akwa benya mobile phones and accessories papa na wo mini nyina originals nko na Franco eton ukwa unsabeka bi ubenya iPhone ubenya Samsung ubenya Nokia ubenya Tecno any brand bia you can think of mobile phone ko Franco ho na on sort out kama na Franco the other electrical appliances wa bar ukwa ubenya air conditioners ewo ho from 1.5 horsepower to 2.5 horsepower ubenya bi ewo Franco ho TV so there any da ho clear kama nyame adoma next year blaster qualify for World Cup you be here TV for any chair Franco ho na ko GB or from 32 inches to 100 inches akese pa wo de board dem a efeye Franco ewo bia ode maw Franco sound washing machine ewo ho or chest freezers ho or blenders ho or microwaves ho or toasters just name it for any chair Franco na kwa GB bia wo hia wo fie na fa adudwuma na enye kama Franco ewo digital platforms bi te say na website is www.francotrading.com www.francotrading.com and as oko Google Play Store and as App Store so a ultimate download the Franco Trading app no na oni na digwa e ho Franco ma 40% discount nti emo hwam papa na the ultra modern CCTV camera no so e busu bebre nkofo to a na eto kokoje ode na ansanya wo e ultra modern CCTV camera record video audio na utimi monitor our phone so remotely baby a wo bia no utimi hwe wo camera no e ma security nsem so ekoyie pa ko Franco na no mundi nkobo from 0555 9393 11 0555 9393 11 na afi one Franco eni nkomo Franco Trading Enterprise e bom na ne say phone papa efie eno no mimi den de Albert Asumani ena me ni ya flip chum yeboa na edi nkomo oye national communications team member ema the new patriotic party ana team Ken so there okọ Eastern regional odi mu ntintima pa especially Ebuakwa North New Jabe North odi mu ntintima ho pa ntede atena si there na oye osono ne ba prekope nti edi osono ho nkomo de a na se fata se minu atwum yeboa ana mne ndi sa nkomo Onia mo akwaba ayamia na pom de say Kristo adom o pa me use also ho ye o na me adom ade achi a ya betena ha nko ade aseda ene de ba nyame na me kra tapolin bia na we nya tapoli show tapolin be beri ene de o pe kra afufi be timi de ba ko show ba na me de aba me de ba ye hwe udu ene di honorable Ken campaign na chi o shase Savannah and oko upper east oko upper west oko north east ana odikopie mu ewo northern region and run or wrap it up 5 regional tour nyina odifi Savannah besi northern region wa cover nyina ewo ho ewu ani de akira de ne de ana opeke de ne course a wani je ho bibi so akoso wani anje ho a yenka eno no infiu we na fe yentoa enkomo yoruya medase anope ba menchia yahwefo omohwe na 2 television ene FN say Oman FM wo hwe nyina na yemfa aseda kese ma seferade say honorable Agyapong the incoming president come 2028 January 2028 December 7 October na o president na yedi nyame ase ema ne Bible because turn okoye no I think the half was saying there was an incident of accident but Northern region or all the 5 Northern T BBR I see a nyame adom wa bon ho ban na kwaba which say onyame ensa wo
anamoto a otunum tebe chia no anopa obi a chia honorable yamanachi any team ning na will be achi na fa ncha ka so ma Christy last week so na o Eastern region ye die check akra na anti akra na o ka se we bi obi as mami nse mo kan mu do na dwumu do nipa sa na ehwe so ba first lady am on my way na odi mpuntuo aboa na man so ye begina na asmo kan na o se ye no boa o do kakra boa me na asmo do kakra den aboa nti ye den yami ase ewo honorable Ken na the 5 northern regions but the message across board there mienu na anopezume smesa emphasize bim they kind agriculture and he has been so consistent about agriculture minya said you research kakra na edi research na edi economy research no Ghana ye mawe all research and data has proved say and to say we focus on agriculture we should forget it and that's the truth we agriculture female we should forget it as a nation. We can't be there because in economy there will be comparative advantage nya wo asomai anyamedia dume asomai no asase anyamedia mine and especially Ghana and Africa who do be we are so endowed they be a make say so now we focus in a leader such person say be honorable Agyapong as a leader of this country, not the leader of MPP, no, as a leader of Ghana. Everybody, your friend Adriane, nobody should buy food in this country. I'm telling you. Or say if you be more as a busumi, opinion Yaku, we know who some of you don't do Ghana. And you buy that, and you're more, and you're bra, you mean as a beer any year. Honorable say, near agriculture and research, any data in nature say. And me bit my mind that the only problem I want is leadership. Leadership, that is the gap. The research gap, problem in leadership. I bet me I converted data na one chess agriculture and agriculture near more than agriculture. You bring your secret didia meme a Colombia didia no pa every day we are every day we are. Ama SS never can. You sign your exportation in your own fashion. Share dentina obiti Ghana ha. What's one apart? Then probably say we need any anopa. No, we shouldn't pray about this. Very bad. We shouldn't pray about food. No. Obonina said Canada and I said Western, you know, on bomb for the animal. Kind of problem. Not be like creativity, innovation. Then I mean, yeah, then for good to know man. But here, I call school crown or to class more good when you be breaker. It's evil. And yeah, the papa. And all can come out and say we should be able to produce enough food. And you're not endowed so much that when land any assassin will be biano, who give beer until Johnny dear, a Johnny Nipa baby, now baby. When you focus and say a comedy Nipa, not the two no muna. Anybody didn't depend on my a
hungry man is an angry man.
Right. It's the Biano is one of the indicators as when you pay your now being stable, on your stable mind, medication, a bomb medication, a bomb energy 8 Juma. Agriculture is fundamental of so able to point is the basic fundamental for development because all other resources are the industrialization now. The main source is agriculture. Say ye can kube honorable can say be su kube e dey ye na ma be so bro the foundation is agriculture. My agriculture say honorable so passionate about agriculture no me and myself me yefo we for be different vegetable now and for so dey okwa yi mu ye ma bian ko me ya e come friend come e bi ni Ghana for ne bi nya mu for so ama development abama ejuma e problem e me honorable san kan wasem which is agriculture and job because agriculture and job no it's highly correlated, positively correlated. So agriculture and first employment is very because the bigger chunk of Ghanaian population, almost about 60% is in agriculture. And really here, people be now agriculture and recently, World Bank for the report to buy, and the basic thing they talk about was what they call job issues, which means that if majority of the youth are training emotionally, intellectually, are almost so equipped. Now, say, school, so much resources, but only they nti adwene ba ne team bia no
can turn it into
anything any person dey comedy na sabi we yan mo mbokro ni de bia nya sabi a kono be so bo ni mu e comedy wa adwene na cho say ye we ne fa bibidi enti e phone share kra na adwene no akwa phone share no monitor na ni phone ko ton yes ka photo dem ni
sama who ye bold ka say obetumi
yi really because adwene dey man e comedy a comedy enti it is a security threat. Food shortage is a security threat. Job unemployment is also a security threat. It means what we call development will be there. And we share UN development indicators now. Food is one of them. Education is one of them. Job is one of them. We can call ourselves a developed country. And that is the focus Honorable Agyapong is talking about. We should forget it as a nation. We should forget it. And we need that leadership. And that leadership is in Honorable Agyapong. Very, very tactful, very, very focused, or you're a focused person. You can't be a focuser. Honorable Agyapong is a focused person.
He's a definition of that word.
That is it. Obi to me can even listen and you also weigh na and it's backed by research. That is what is important. You okay now. Let's be a step is backed by data and research. That just say when you are everyone now aka leadership, and that leadership cannot be found in any other person. In fact, when Papa they are all fine gentlemen, they are all good, but that leadership for me and from my assessment and from common medino, and then I'm convinced that leadership is not in any other person, but it's in Honorable Kennedy or Agyapong.
It's in Honorable Kennedy or
Oh yes.
It's said the waka and in million. Abra all moving from one region, one constituency to the other. Bibia Oka. And everything boils down to agree here working. You hear northern region here. Omu ebiye soya bean pa. Omu do ebro ho. Omu do bayre. Ye other cereals. Ubenya sorghum ho. Ubenya millet ho. Zani omeni nyina omu no omu ye. Na usha one key to na Honorable can no kan ho asem pa ye. Ye poultry industry.
Very right.
And now say about 60 to 65% of the production cost in the poultry industry equal into feed. And the feed, the key ingredients to the protein.
Yes.
And then Emma farmers in the because they do a beer the fish and the fra on the amom. And Honorable Ken is telling you, say, what soya bean are very rich in protein. You bet to me, Bruno, and you can't produce nutritious poultry feed
for the poultry.
For the poultry, every to me, I reduce production cost in the between 20-30%. And so I encourage you, man. In as much as they are great, there are factories who are also going to do that processing and feed the industries. At the end of the day, if the poultry farmer they cost the cost for more. But we produce more.
That's it.
We are coming to also cut importation in the foreign poultry product.
Yes.
I side with you, but I agree with you. I feel the new patriotic party through chairman, the acting national chairman, the directive biaba say we a party executive, regional, national, constituency, MPs, mamun kujina platform biya so and your campaign ma candidates be obviously not supporting but mokasa and amunium and I feel once I issue we say we are aspirants now call region bia make sure say you write to the regional chairman for the regional chairman to coordinate and make all the necessary arrangements for you. Here is the case, sir. You have a regional chairman bia omu ayi omanim fully omu
campaign
candidate be chair. In fact, omu attack other aspirants. Do you see say a possible say me am here aspirant na me say we regional chairman who di matem all the time me ba original met me anya saa odono e de atro letter de abros oh me am e ba wo nti we de fee arrangement mama saa ne ma na e constant directive ya chairman de aba no odwe say ebeboa so a e kwa be na obetimi afa so a obetimi implement those directives na ebema e de asumdua aba competition
me that's it na acting chairman Chemabute.
Yeah.
You see, this statement or this directive has come too late. Honestly, what they have done, directive number, no, it will not have any import.
Okay.
No. Honestly, because look, you senior Nema Akoso.
Yeah.
You say European campaign, but before picking forms, now, grants can crack also, you name Akoso. Look, make your baby, I don't want to your recently, Mama Kencity Media, and more opportunity for the consulting chairman to come and do an interview. And from all of us, you know where that particular consulting chairman stand and which all of us respect it. Yeah. And you are so professional or Kasai, and you am because the chairman at the point because I know where you are. Yeah. It's going to be a crazy mark. You say, where you are about yet. To obey a professional, very genuine, party person, no, I can't genuine. I don't know how you come and say, your best say, say a Casano, may attack it, candidate be an young Casa, and for a candidate with me on. So, yeah, that is good. Yeah. But you see, young could only be leaders be at that national level, at the regional level, at the constituency level, has gone beyond the limits. Omaki can't be for us. As a party and moving from Team Ken, Master, you have to provide your own name. Yeah. Well, you need to do the invitation formally. That is right because Obifi, and that one I don't dispute it. Yeah. It's the best thing to do. Sir, overthrow Ama, but say any plan is be amount in terms of logistics. Over February no man on here. Obi go on master. Generally, as I know, the campaign team, especially Team Ken. Logistics, they are working. You call with Mark Christine. You I said people they have already made arrangements. Crowns on a team building. To the mere normal invitation there, it's okay. Say the same party. Do you have call regional chairman Jeff, which is a strong supporter of a champion. Only doing the campaign him. It's a little bit to come out. Oh, honorable Jeff, Honorable Ken, Eastern Region, former and normal letter, but the mere formality ends is NFA. Because he will not be able to come and stand and overcome BBR. It's good anyway. Yeah. I remember a year about important answer. Say Eddie BBS summer, a being signed by body. It will not come. Because Nipano, the Benadi can make intentions. Say American Chairman Jeff, one who are open. Yeah. One fine see. Well, because of any relationship or any work, to some of us, it will be any problem. Yeah. But I know that you can't take it out. But Chairman Jeff, in as much as say, my name say Odi, you are a champion. In fact, they are filing a week on any coin. Yeah. But he has been so decent. Yeah, because in his utterances say, won't say Chairman Jeff, any aspirant once. That's true. But Okasa, or can't you say no? It is so comfortable for you to relate to me. And say you hear about chairman events abronya. Oh no, not just say or compare my you. Already attempt. Yes. He just attacking and insulting. Just say maybe I'm saying someone can do it. You see, just or can someone who I mean I don't even entertain some of those comments. But such a person. Corner on her crana, obey chemists be crammer or go against you. It is such a person. Well, what troll letter no? I dare call. So we regional chairman on the mark speech of the into troll letter call formally. Obeba, fine, well, you just go and do your work. It's a good idea, but numbers of the solving there. Some problems means I will be. I take it as a hand already. What declare intention? They have already declared their intention. So that one you can't change and do anything about it. But it should be a call up, a wake up call. Say, let's be decent. Yeah. Let's be decent. Look, election the truth of it is that whoever wins, which I'm very, very 100% optimistic, Honorable Agyapong will win because that is what Ghanaians are looking for. No, we will need each and every person of the various camps to come on board. Yeah. And then the Honorable Agyapong can say, if we don't get that done, we should forget about even the 2028. If we are not conscious, master, you call election as a party. As soon as say we need, now we have to bring all on board to work together. And we should forget it. We can win, but without unity, anyone is if they focus and purpose, then this guy they are not so weak, and we shouldn't deceive ourselves. Yeah. And they need to say that down. Party our power. Nancy no, we have to. You see, and the results of by in 2024 election has shown us that the MPP numbers dropped by about 1.7 million. It's not because Ghana for no it's because the party for no sympathize with the party said that no we got to abano. So yeah, Muhammad the guy the opinion knew about 100,000
120,000.
which the problem is in-house.
Yeah.
The problem is in-house.
2.1 million people abstained.
It's in-house. Yeah. And the day of election, because we see, and you have enough. I'm a police station or Oyoko RC. Car ye di rounds are me driver ye community 24 minute constituency research officer and enam. Me many na man to come be I do be about 1 o'clock to about 2 o'clock. We're begging the courthouse where ye pump much also ye metro. Then they also trouble. Because when your position, when your appointment, say background pe police akono. Because me ko si awa ti o. Me ko si awa. As a party person or executive police station, already ko si awa. Send about police, ordinary police recruit near the officers call and our cadets crowd. Yeah. Police no could be 10,000. Na party penny be have any Jesus can. Now this can win election day. Me ko go pastor say me ko treat him say you pay us am ejimi for na ma jam ko na ma be to about my MPP I say MPP no say MPP no all to the animal di MPP to the animal be any this were the passionate issue that the people were complaining yeah kaya man fanya juma ene so we need to be able to come near party for the commerce and now we have gotten a new face. Yeah, and that new face is Honorable Agyapong, convincing them that this man is selfless or ne person kunya eno ye say me kwa me dey betchim that be share na kwa no wi amanipa, and that's the person that we need. Me I will never stand anywhere and say to me Kassetia former vice president Baumia is a very fine gentleman, but at this time and at this season Ghana for so omu here Honorable Kennedy or Agyapong. That is it. We shouldn't deceive ourselves as a party. Now, if we are so many appointments, they want to hold on to those appointments with their virtue of their affiliation with the former vice president. Said they want to maintain that. Yes. Now, now, yes, I'm for a human there. It will be a total failure. Honestly, from the research you've done, your former Ayanantini coming now is clear. You are from Agyapong and Ghana for say, Massa, and you be the document. You best uncle, I will tell you a channel. That's my best uncle, be a channel. Many have flip Chumia Boa, our communications, national communications team member, man, the New Patriotic Party, and about Honorable Ken or any Agyapong campaign or Dimua Kotempa, or one of the campaign team members, Omobajuma, or New Draben North constituency, Edema Honorable Ken or any Agyapong, and I'm Nini Dean Komo and our national agenda. So, Philip, young Honorable Ken, some of Ken, na ya or the Aguapem. I feel young fat ne policies or they bay. Nafi young share the industrialization or Kahwase. And then a man you're so convinced this time around, and not Ghana here. Now, at the end, there was industrialization. More, as I say, it's just Nafi a board delegates moment take up decision. The industrialization, really, as a country, we can't compete with the Germans, we can't compete with the France, the UK, they have gone way. So yes, we have as a nation, we have a level of industrialization. You see, and that is what MPP party was talking about. Akufo-addo government. We can be say one district, one factory, but one frontier say. And again, one district, one factory was not a policy that a buying policy. Because I've always static governance. But then the central government has a role. Central government role is about providing what we call the hardcore infrastructure. What I said. And those hardcore infrastructure, roads, bridges, interchanges, water, electricity. Good. When we provide those foundations, we background financial, industrial finance. That's what I do. So you provide those basic for infrastructure. And then leave the actual work for the private sector. You understand it? Good. So private sector involved no actual production now. That is how you as a state or as a central government to impose taxes, what we call corporate taxes, what we call pay as you and the payee and all those ones. And when we are able to collect all those monies, then you come back and then advance the infrastructure, the hardcore infrastructure, internet and all those ones. And that is what Honorable Agyapong is talking about. And deliberately, you have to be deliberate and conscious with this as a nation, so that we give the private sector that to be able to go ahead and work a bit more creative job. And that is what he's talking about, because the Asian economic policy.
Yeah, the Asian miracle.
The Asian miracle.
Yeah.
And it has worked. It has worked. And that is what we have to. The model is there. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We are just, and that's what Honorable Agyapong is talking about.
Yeah.
That let's implement that policy which has worked for Singapore, which has worked for China and all those countries. It's about identifying the individual skill. You are just a central person who regulates it. But the actual development industrialization lies in the hands of the private sector.
Yeah.
And before time, there was a policy which was the fundamental, and that has been the principle of the NPP party. You join the NPP party believing in that principle of the entrepreneurship of the individual. About the whole day, you can't do so much. It's like I said, when people are always buying the farm crop, which the NDC was even talking about, you can't do it. It's ultimately. No. Empower the private sector. I want to make a job. And President was talking about the private sector being the engine of what? Growth. Yeah. As a Nimdian answer, and I will need who present said you, answer. And you just have to create that environment. So
and the private businessman has a profitability mentality.
And that is why growth comes when there is productivity. That's the point. There can never be growth without productivity. That's what I said. Yeah. And the productivity costs way. And you see, God has made such that God call gifts. And in the Bible says, now tomorrow actually it's the individual the skill one. They just identify a branch or exceptionally or skills be or maybe a buyer will have to invest in that person. Yeah. And in that Asian, the investment was not just no, they provided you the facilities, the equipment, the tools that you need for the production. And through that, now government will recoup. So the government, right from the startup stage, has become a partner. Yeah. So what I say, and then you let you go to the public and trade. Yeah. Then other people will also have to come and buy shares and then also help you to advance your productivity. And that's what Honorable is talking about. That is how our industrialization is made across. A bank has said, okay, Inuma. Now, also with the abandonment, buying Kwan and managing or directors, that company will fail. Yeah. Their records are there. It will fail. But private person, he's looking at the security of investment. And if you can acquire bank loan, interest rate, and the number almost about 28 something. Yeah. Now, because this high interest rate, not that will be a juma, so now we can be a juma. Not said we will shama, Obia Bayer name a former juma. No, he won't do it. Yeah. Despite more, also despite no one become a juma good. It will not collapse because they are involved in a private sector. Yeah. It's a band there. Your role is a partner with the private sector. What I say? Yeah. Then a private sector, almost skills, any juma now, a boom chidom. They'll be able to produce so much. Their corporate income or profit will go high. And when the profits go high, it's a proportionate. 25% of 100,000 CDs, 25,000. Yeah. And the private sector, 1 million CDs. You're also getting 250,000 as profit. That is corporators are buying about what I say. So the mandate and the core of a buying is that yembua na yeshisha nemana ankwa sunyomu na sunyina na emoju yen yempushomo but MPP time fence essentially another policy but I'm for being anti-ase and that is one of the problems we have as a party to be able to educate our own people. Say abandon power. Men money always say police need. Me see police need immigration. Anybody never. So sometimes when I hear some politicians, they be from police. You are not taking ahead. Who a short-minded person. It's so painful. Oba because of the police. The police, you know, anybody with my police.
One constituency crown MPP for.
I don't see the whole police service. It's when I hear people, you buy one police, a shot, a big police, you be joke as say, or ban your police are. Told that person, we're a serious politician. He has nothing for this country. Empower the individual. Take advantage of it. Give them the resources. No, we find new human, independent being, and that's all Agyapong is talking about. Police there, about cyber form, but that is not what will bring out development.
It cannot be the ultimate. Yeah.
The government wage bill, control accountant general, is not more than 800,000.
Yeah.
Do you know the working population of this country? The working class, what we call between the ages of 18 to 60, are almost available for work. The working class, they are about 50 to 60 million. Now 60 million now buy no employer. Even if I say 1 million now, 40 million one employer. Business private sector.
Yeah.
So and that has been the philosophy of the MPP party. Until they believe what they call development in freedom, and then what they call property owning democracy. I'm cranking here Japadia. Abano, we come and manya Japadia. I will pay property tax, property rate. So what is your issue? It's yen focus and honorable Kenyapong focus is that just creates an enabling environment. What I say? Because the private sector is still the engine of growth. Now, more environment say agree to nipa ne ya. You provide road access to the place. You sign money now. Na ankra kwa no so no. So you babu so you want. You buano with immediate mechanization. Na se koko no bia onye ni ye. You can the 5 northern regions asase no udua kashua ewie udua millet ewie udua ceremony na ewie into udua ceremony na no the cost of importation now we call if is a process as poultry feed crana the raw material no call importation be and fair with locally ha na auto because then the farmers know say or produce here there's a ready market or they call a manufacturer or a processor eco processing into owie no there's somebody taking up. Honestly, was some processing. I said the feed the same way. But see me, the customer say it all boils down to what we call commitment and leadership. You know the problem. Nigeria for reduce the importation of their poultry feed and even some cereals, rice in their cake and wheat in their cake. And it was because of leadership with the willpower. But the customer say. So no book in so cold store or business be brave our importation as for but you see for a businessman to because you see who invest in agriculture the agriculture any attractive in say the turnover period of agriculture or the rate of the payback period of investment in agriculture and the businessman or a politician or a financier of a political party, be it MPP or NDC, no, come for $100 million to move on for a campaign, and businessman or some politician or invest because party never pay on million for sure. Yeah. No, it's very important more of and because important. The answer why a bill of letters of credit. Within 1 month, ship road, but I basically my port where you within anybody yama to my port can I'm for to your candidate. And the quick that motivation so when you can tell them more. But when you have a politician or say no, you're going to focus on agriculture. Trust that person. Governor Kenyapong is a well trusted person. Now we miss our commitment now. To make you miss our willpower now. When you win power, you have to satisfy that person who invested in your campaign. And that is where the problem has always been. And we should be honest with ourselves. Because businessman or financial no, he will sabotage you. So want to mean cut importation.
Because all no one is sick.
It's agriculture now also they banner. Obey local production, obey more feed, obey more production. Now, and maybe create a job because it's true industrialization now with more. In economics, heavy importation is an expenditure. And you call importation, you are increasing your expenditure. It is exportation. Exportation and our producer our deco. And you export to then you are getting more revenue, and that's where it's going to help you with your CD and dollar
balance of
depreciation that you need now. That's the basic, the fundamental. So what me your CD will become strong. But what now you are always depending on importation, which is an expenditure against exportation and credit revenue now. you still be as we want to develop it. And on Agyapong who knows no, then you have to still do the industrialization stuff. And you'll be or what we call the willpower.
Yeah.
And that is leadership. And that leadership is in Agyapong because his focus and he's done it before to wait to me. General Kase or Ba, you're going to focus within. Now agree, no, yeah, man. Into very important is the machinery you are going to import to help the local guys to work, not the finished product. I know expenditure, dirty China, dirty Canada, any France, every young for so.
There, you say finished products no crowd we import no. Raw material and if you hand they call.
That's it.
When you have flip tune, your boy Adam Nene or your communications team member, my honorable Ken or Agyapong's campaign. I'm fast Dama Franco Trading Enterprise. Your boy man say phone, papa if ye say Oko Franco head office no. Ewo Adabraka opposite the Roxy Cinema bar stop. Ubenya mobile phone bia when he eje hu so pesa auto. Original Nkwana Franco eton. Inti so Oko Franco na auto phone bia. You are rest assured say you are buying from the right source. Original. Accessories ni so de obenya ni nyina bi ewo Franco ho. Na ne Franco ede ne air conditioners bia ba ebon frama pa na weda ni mo ahia onamo ana ukorafia mfifire tiwa Franco air conditioners ni be fa board them na office so afa bo ho ube ramu a emunyunyunyu or from 1.5 horsepower to 2.5 horsepower che say ebo adwuma yie pa nti ene amo eto air conditioners nyina do mini a kire Franco Trading Enterprise eno na no pe me kan fo amount say odu ene be kire Franco Trading Enterprise na wakotobi TVs nso ewo ho bebre from 32 inches to 100 inches akọ Franco a onsabe kan bi ni nyina nso ye kama chese o hwe bo so a efe ye bia hwe sound clear ntifo ni kire Franco na kwaji bi ope washing machine so a Franco e will be ho chest freezers or be ho blenders or be ho microwave or be ho kettle chese name it electrical appliances there would when kire Franco a ubenya ni nyina bi na de ebodwuma papa na Franco ultra modern CCTV camera no so nkrofo guso a motor pa ma security nsem atoto yie enkane no na nkrofo ni CCTV no niam asia they find it difficult to even figure out but nene Franco the solution aba Franco CCTV cameras no record audio record video enti no enye se we na o ka de anasa na o ka de we ni nyina ye clear na de e do mu ni se unni ba bia camera na wo kra na utimi hwe de ekoso e wo phone so yesan say eye ultra modern papa na eye weather resistant esu oto awiebo apetampe oboho oye nadwuma kama ubenya resource film enu ntina man krofo bebre etu na monko Franco Trading Enterprise omoko pen ne omapa ne bi ato Franco say oma 40% discount e wo niam bia obeto on digital platform no so enti ko no website ho www.francotrading.com na ehwehwe enema bia peso to na je 40% discount and I say okọ Google Play Store and I say App Store so download the Franco Trading app no neto bibia ho na je 40% discount and so American nyina wo hia mu nkyiremu a wo frɛ Franco a obeboa wo wo pɛ sɛ ye deliver ma wo fie so a ye beboa wo enti frɛ no e wo 0555 9393 11 0555 9393 11 na Franco emboa na sa na ema nyina no agibi Franco Trading Enterprise e bon man say phone papa any electrical appliances papa efie eno no enti Franco na no mo endi edwa meda so amini ya flip chum yeboa edi nkomo or your communications team member Emma Honorable Ken campaign team and a national campaign communications team no so oka ho nti ye di nkomo ye share Honorable Ken the policies any the rationale behind Honorable ne sem o kan nyina say eye possible say enye possible ye betumi aya e den na ma leader bi betumi aboa ame aye sa enioma no nti Philip yen to so bo ba bia wano see
yes
ye ka industrialization na make say eniema e ko important ebi wo ha raw materials nya di fi
hana de ko
ana ye de ko se wo hwa sa eniema a obobo so nyina no obi a oye businessman na oye politician there ayana all the time or share the way man of quick returns
now what you payback period of investment
but Honorable Ken no e de na ma wo gidi se sa na ma wo kan nyina no ya de a ebetumi aya e be create that environment so ama Ghana for no abe say anema we den kid man kesha center e dey na betimi
you see when you look at Honorable Agyapong, he's a person, you see, and you see he has been consistent. That is one of his traits.
Yes.
And now can A and then also A or chance also A. It's just a person you can trust
for years.
Always let me tell you. So Obi very consistent with his statement and his ideas, you know.
Yeah.
You can trust that person.
Yes.
No brother can say and A no and B or chance cry there be a B. It's just a person you can't trust that person.
Yeah.
Okay. And you see in Abraham no Obi also assessing if you want to go for an interview. Interview panel because tell us a little by yourself. Near wire pen. Before the job na ede ma kwa no be ka say meet my say dey but any panel worker say obo man industrialization akoso no get job through the private sector anyuma be bo man anyuma ye no nipa na worker say no what is track record the background it is saying because what I say and the background has always been that at the time ankofo be about power you see people anytime be because me homa me job say me di adwuma a position now my resources semi university there are few people in the course they are going to take the money to invest. What I say, they are not disciplined. Or per juma we the salary, master, abrabowi salary, and many penny you. One a juma say they were 100,000. Assuming they 100 okay, what make 10,000. Now maybe this man made 10,000. Not just about 1 year now salary, you record 20,000. Yeah, double. There's no company be our best, and you be our best idea. And so basically be it is about having your own business, entrepreneurship, many people. And that is what Honorable is talking about. And so the panel, a track record has been entrepreneurship. Nima there, me I can't sit here to endorse me, bring me to me kind. As what I say, wrestling near steel, manufacturing. You can imagine the number of people I be employed. Just one individual. Drugs, medication, maybe central region. So you can imagine rubber production, Chinese, Indian, papaya, now qua, actually, also Toma, no Asaki workers, honorable, stepping in, that property now, or sign production is our grocery. You understand? That is the person you are talking about. That is the person you are talking about. Look, I say, even as a private person, which we are, how much more, Yaman, what you call the Victor power, and as Yaman, that presidential supremacy say or South Trumino as a president to take decision. He will do extremely. And that is what we are saying, say he can't be trusted. And tell Americano about management there, say we will be able to make school, no one skills to manage. But when it comes to leadership, I give to you a piano. Obi o leader no onamkra I didn't pay piano or who be I do his car I do and that is how he is.
That is the nature.
That is the person.
Yeah.
And it's so good that he found himself in a party that believe in that philosophy. Yeah. Quite this person only miss any money. So no appointment I know only create jobs. MPP and this guy they don't create jobs. But MPP Russia will be a Honorable Agyapong right from 92 I do by more time. Now all he was you at the time now expect to potential and I say this minister. I must always a businessman. Yeah. So focus on business. And that has been I'm for about power for time why appointment. But what I say Yeba time he's qualified than most of the people who are given some deep position and say who can be position be there. Man for him no sorry it's a who normally position be we can what I say when you have such a person I no that position about limit to me
but this you know as time baby I don't know
and that is the person you are talking about and so about look as long as some of us we are they say nyame you don't say it to boast but nyame adom about we have our own business we are all okay to me because I don't even need anything from any person to me come as a man and I've never look make a contest as a parliamentary candidate aspirant only you have enough. Let me tell you Kofobi any now almost me the only person I'm a con I didn't go to anybody for any support because me I read the campaign anytime I kaka me you know I got it and all Kenyapong no has aluminium me pion kaka no support to me do my campaign But I say, into obi be leader. No, the person should be resourced.
Yes.
And you also
know how to
create work.
Raise even funding.
Yes, you should be a fundraiser.
For campaign, you be you flag bearer. A capital intensive campaign.
Highly.
Ube talkers.
So you should be a fundraiser.
So and what you hold as we a candidate, a flag bearer aspirant. Now we need ideas. We need how am I going to put resources together to raise this way. That's you don't even
you don't. So and that is what we are talking about. Only Agyapong is a fundraiser.
Yeah.
He has the networking in life. Agyapong me no sure and the last time we needing come and he was always talking about it, and that has made me so attracted to Agyapong, not for any other reason.
Yeah.
Maybe BNT. And the whole thing is that in life, when you are honest, which is part of what we call the PhD, patriotic, honesty, and discipline. Yeah. When you are honest, if you be social capital in business,
you build it.
I'm a finance and economics person.
Yeah.
If you be social capital in business, I never highly capital, and it's highly the cost of capital is so high.
Yeah.
Especially in our country, the cost of capital. Yeah. Even taking it from the bank or even a private person, what done for crying no fiscal for a car be sure. Na petrol a market for knowing ekuku be maybe a BP o ti be ya na utwa na hwe so as ka kwaje anya wuna bi
omo jiwe na ye from so metu ya na makoma
be brain anya BP because of salon. So cost of capital is so high in this country, but we are fortunate na no be delay but better say bia even say bia o ye banker and I be a teacher. Now the parent no edi ono wudi no kremo mo oni o client di no kra you build what we call social networking.
Yeah.
And that social networking you create what we call social capital. Because anybody not trust you know unya idea na say business okay opani business amanya ni when am person me here sika na be 100,000 but I've been able to raise about 30,000.
Yeah.
The opani so some asene na munya 70 ni kan 100 am fan ko business na because of your commitment and your honesty and trust, no. Any panel demand 70,000 citizens when you account, master. Oko banker interest every year, and that money there's always pressure. But when out of that good relationship, when you find the amount free,
interest free.
Also don't we are from this guy then. Ebremi. I'm to be that. And do you side we are and social free capital. And no, in a honorable Agyapong, that has been the person he is. It is always talking about honesty and trust. Now Ghana ha sometimes no say you know ha cry you talk now discover koto. About it's about say that credit goodwill and as credit reliability no. Now what shows say you have been committed and consistent. Open be a saka cry now about you can talk as how. It's based on nyama wa kakra no we trust oje ba ku try oje say master g
credit
rating yes you credit rating koto we are from sika eden Ebremi. And so when you are social capital no now you don't pay so much because the other business young person be na start business amuntimi and trust no that issue capital cost of capital the credit yes working capital do so much cost in terms of interest rate, risks assessment, insurances. Okay, can you be buburuja scano we know almost about 1/3 krana ordinary actual cost of business. And Honorable is always talking about this thing. And that is why MPP's party is always a special party about social interventions. Before time you do what they call venture capital bio.
Yes, I remember.
What I said, and the venture capital, the whole concept is that Mabuno nimide all skills. Class entrepreneurship. Now let me say, you be asking what's our gift, but in the whole idea, you create safano, name from what, and it's a bad almost some more okay, the venture capital leader, CEO issues. Or the Cobon and to MPP party, we always create venture capital to finance young entrepreneurs because that is what we believe in.
Yeah.
My uncle to me. Man resource don't find you onya sika abano fantastic we are fabonity so now osunya abanya for so don't find rules in infrastructure needing am I, and that is what is going to help. But no bet me we need a leader who is disciplined. Yes, a leader never the normal thing leader be here from time immemorial no only be the same thing. But I don't see that happening because Agyapong he has shown that track record. He does not even believe in some. He believes in rather say you create a juma. Job creation is different from giving one individual a position. And this is for preaching. And this is what they preach. They were preaching about. I'm cranky about more position. 24-hour economy. Say one job. How many shifts?
3 shifts.
7. Tama mo kan come out. Omo na kan for be say bia. You know they can. We it is it
and 10 months any. Yenti.
Oh, do mean that? I don't know. It's not backed by empirical research. There's nothing like that. What I say, because look, any part you need to rest.
No, but industry now or any production.
The demand
now produce it too.
Yes,
supply
to be the market.
No, when demand the crown. Let a clear example. There was a pharmacy shop on the area. Big runabout so and or 24 hours. Yes. It tell me point juma and ajoba me do hon still no more. We feel na me pay a do cry me ti ko. Best say 2 months no mumie. Into one Saturday me pass on me fa na me bisa guy ni so. Say am bia na ajo biem. O say na ajo omo atena ho na ajo a ma ton ade ya. Ebia. We there. And then some better me body. But ade amrant and the cotton ajo.
Em ko mo niam.
Ai enu 50 cedis.
Wa hwe. The cost of
air conditioning is so light is so.
So 20 pound for extra. For extra.
Demand is not there. Why do you operate at night?
Yes. So it is market demand driven.
Yes.
It is so when you almost can say you tell me can there. You don't know a classroom. You don't know a business school there, but it's almost can. I say almost can. See the problem is that you will now fall for it because the thought say reality. And not real. It can't happen. That wasn't possible.
It
wasn't possible. If you want to do 24-hour economy, invest in the private sector. Omuna sebi nyame did adoma chede ne imje na momo. Omuna be create jobs. No mo create jobs no ndo bia. No mo so say 8 hours now say 12 hours ah. Omo na best. No na be catch you say over 24-hour economy.
Producer abeton ne manana.
That's the issue. It's demand driven.
Yeah.
And that is what we are talking about.
2 minutes. It's yan wrap it up on honorable. It is a siano omo tie ne omo a still more born to our hono in 2 minutes. Diana omo ebemo matimi atisa ne ma wo kan ya say and other things are opesa ono omo share in 2 minutes na fe yamfa
mami enka say eye kasa na kasa so kasa de you see baby agree we have to finish the internal contest we are near call external contest nti we dey eye ebusua nkomodie nti nkomodie aye di ebusua nkomodie na ye catch MPP party for especially delegate ebusua for the first we delegate no it doesn't mean say nyawo be kanu ana nyawo ye no Ghana for no and the majority on them doson nti say ye discussion na mpanifo ko aproboy onam kan eba onam bra obi oba bia no pacho ye nsoni yon sa na omo kan so but what I say you may have love for Bamia, you may have love for Brian, you may have love for Adichu, you may have love for Honorable Agyapong, you may have love for Agyapong, but omunya no bisa ho say enipa 5 ye omunya ye papa no ye ofa no ni nwan no hwan mu asem ana hwan asem na Ghana for aye ready say omu dun ni beba na omunya no as a leader not as a president too, as a leader we got president because signing the leader of the country as a leader of this country Ghana for him say oba nyuma be koso ma mobo nyuma ye job unemployment security threat cost for the last World Bank report on the buyer food security so no say problem why na Ghana for here no so oba be die nim Honorable Agyapong nti be say delegate and found to be as an be our sympathy man but let's look at the bigger picture who is Honorable Agyapong kan wasem he's not talking about the everybody bottom. He's talking about the Mabunu Nyumaya because although as a private individual, he doing so much for this country. Jebestre, I had a straight in a dish in Yahu, in Yamuna, say delegate. So we are delegates, positional crown. Maybe I make the same way. Me call a premise. I bomb and Tuano. na edo na me fra phone na me fra delegate ni me fra abranche back the position here organizer it me address na so honorable organizer pastor the say oh okay unya be ma twu na no ka say na say oh so opani me organizer me delegate
delegate the chair organizer
I'm from opani opposition organizer delegate me we are representing your police station in the position as organizer and I will do pa no any organizer no say police station we call baby e bia me baby hu aka ye kwosea no ye kwa yi that is your core mandate any so be organize police station for but delegate just a representative or representative about conference conference
event the term we are on your delegate
into your delegate be bro position also that's how they are thinking delegates there sika do it will be our pay delegate na yes we are making the boom that is the issue we should look at the position as organizer than the delegate what make can be say since obi bro sika be say say on the man 4 years everything show against a scar against a future for yourself and your descendant or man or mama.
Yeah.
Only ben or bar or bit market job. Ama wo or ma and o mama and you know so done. Just that day, scar yadiba near the amount so j na for transportation. Mamma san can you say yabeshe ya be so during the election. I'm a delegate scabi omunsa kan no ebi mu showcase me too much.
Yeah.
That one of almost 24 and I wrote that in as part of my observation.
Yeah.
Say, young funny ways means sky the delegate no, you bet my coin in here. Say a transportation mean ya de mamo, move here, but when you find transportation, you Jimmy Tramoka, or Brent me to aka. So have that in mind. Or Brent me to aka as a delegate, or Brent me show. A transportation ya de mamo say nako conference, nako to aba. Therefore, you say argument. Now share the bigger picture. Who is going to create jobs for this country and all of us to benefit from it? It's the massive. But if I was now mention we have a really of my FM Sia College Association. I say the money there. I don't buy no. And the will be share or 70
Oh, I see.
And Yami Adum obese more man when you fear ko ni ma fine na onya 88 years. Yami Adum me dey na ye say na chikura eja no kwan e wo yoko Methodist church when be wu so na bia ya ba Hackman Social Center na ya be no municipal ya be to safre MPP delegate na MPP for na na me ask me invite o mo na bra mi dwabe
me name Mr. Nkum beba
bra dwabe fufrom
Saturday ya beba
bra dwabe fufrom na odi be jipa nti ma delegate chu bia me cha we kon hine so na o se bo su simple otosu mienu ene oyiko konti hine na kuma sapon me chewu na mo bia achi anopai
na no mje oso me nua Philip Chum ye boa ana me ne di nkomo ena anopa oye communications team member ema MPP National Communications Team ana honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong campaign communications so oka ho eno na ne ye ne di nkomo ma me fa aseda ema Franco Trading Enterprise ye boa ma ne se phone papa ene electrical appliance papa fie mobile phones and electrical appliances are just so there. Franco Pe Ananopai make come for amount. Head office no Ewa Dabraka opposite the Roxy Cinema bar shop. Furniture ho nekwaju mobile phones and electrical appliances nina. Fre Franco Ewa 0555 939311 0555 939311 na ne Franco and return combo. Website no so www.francotrading.com. Na your born man say phone papa any electrical appliance papa efie ene ho ntia no pa Franco ye chia mu nyina ye da aseda kese enso ema mu nyina aseda nkoma production crew ni nyina Dr. Moses Okai aseda enkoma ene moze wa bo adwuma papa production ni nyina esi ne na so ana yeye aseda so nkoma MCR for ejando ana Justice Benjamin Dixon tai Focus Kwesidensen ana Mr. Nkum shadow producer ana pa so mechia a CEO for Kencity Media Limited, Madam Stella Wilson, Madam Anopenso, Yachiapa, and I will be out here, bre, Australia, and out here, and Burundi, take you over, Oman 107.1 FM. There are 2 programs in there to us. Make out say, but we are 2 o'clock. Mr. Nkum near Pam for a better near the Disney Pain, Abril, meeting the Albert as many, ene aha ne de ene de yisi nyame adom o channel pa ye be san abeto ankomo so yakra mo
Needs Kennedy the hope for the youth. NPP delegates listen to the call for a leader who can stand up tall. Kennedy Agyapong, the man with a plan to uplift Ghana, hand in hand.
Tuaba, my Kennedy. No man, Tuaba, my Kennedy.
My Anyano.
Tuaba, my Kennedy.
Oh man for power.
Kennedy Agyapong, no. Kennedy agenda, Ghana's hopeful plea for the hopeless, a chance to be free. Jobs for the jobless, a vision so clear. Kennedy the answer, year after year.
He's a man for the poor with a heart so kind, a PhD, a brilliant mind, the hope for Ghana shining so bright, leading us forward with all his might.
Tuaba, my Kennedy.
No, my man,
no man. Tuaba, my Kennedy.
My Anyano.
Tuaba, my Kennedy.
Oh man for power.
Oh Kennedy Agyapong, no, my enemy.
Why does speak Ghana? It's true, but Ghana needs Kennedy to see us through.
To build a nation strong and bold, a future of promise to have and to hold.